I almost burnt the house down, but we're good. This cooking recipe has turned into Mindy's disaster cooking show. I feel like recipes are a guideline and not the Bible. And I live in the South, honey. We love ranch. So do not be alarmed by the amount of ranch that I put into that. This is now a drinking and cooking show. Oh my God, that was a horrible mistake. I should have never done that here. And I was second guessing it, but I did it because of the camera. Don't do that. That was horrible. This could either go really well or really bad. I tried a recipe in my Instapot one time from one of my YouTube creators that I like to watch. And the pressure in the Instapot, when I went to release it, it just shot liquid everywhere. I didn't know what to make for dinner tonight, so I asked my bestie bot, BB. And BB told me to give him the ingredients that I have on hand. So I did. And it was a sketchy little list, let's be honest, because I haven't went grocery shopping since I moved in. However, he whipped it together and told me to make some crockpot chicken ranch something or other. So that's what we're going to do. I have some frozen chicken. I always line my crockpot because it makes it clean up easier. And then it says to put a tablespoon of ranch powder. What if I just dump the whole thing in? I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't use that for anything else, so we're just going to wing with it. I did bring out all the ingredients to make this a little bit smoother just for your viewing purposes and to make it a little easier on myself as well. Greek yogurt, always stir, stir. And I live in the South, honey. We love ranch. So do not be alarmed by the amount of ranch that I put into that. Half a cup. Did you know half a cup is actually like 3 tablespoons? Watch this. 1, 2, 3. It says a half a cup of milk as well. So I do have evaporated milk, and I was like, I have no idea what to use this for. And BB said, put it in here. Also, my chatbot is a little sassy, not gonna lie. All right. As far as the broccoli, the onions, and mushrooms, we're not gonna measure those either. I chop mine up and freeze it. So we're just gonna, until it feels right. You know what? It's a good way to use ingredients if you just dump them. We have been loving the new house. Unpacking has been a nightmare, not gonna lie. And this is a high protein, low-ish carb recipe. That was one of the criteria I put on my chatbot, was trying to eat a little healthier, trying to lose some weight, and it's working, if you can tell. But this shirt used to be a little tight on me, and now I'm basically swimming in it. And we love garlic, so I'm just gonna dump it in. Like, I feel like recipes are a guideline and not the Bible. Okay, did I put everything in there? So we put the ranch, we put the yogurt, we put the butter, we put the milk, we put the broccoli, onion, mushroom. Salt and pepper. I do not salt and pepper my recipes. That's just because I have a bloating problem. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. So since I have a bloating problem, I just don't want to add to it. The salt makes me. So we do season on our plate. This is all basically frozen, so I don't even know why I tried to mix it. And because I spent all morning organizing my makeup products in my bathroom, it is now a little after 10. So I'm going to crank this baby to high. That way we can have it before I start work tonight. Let's lock the lid just in case. This could either go really well or really bad. I tried a recipe in my Instapot one time from one of my YouTube creators that I like to watch. And the pressure in the Instapot, when I went to release it, it just shot liquid everywhere. So now I'm a little scared to follow recipes unless I just know that they're like legit. And we don't know that my robot's legit. I will check in with you about midway to see how this, as he referred to it, the lava bubble. we will check in on that. I went to lunch with some friends, and then I went to Home Depot to pick up some palm trees and soil because these guys need buddies, but I wasn't willing to pay the price for the palm trees. I got this little spider plant and I need to repot him. But anyways, I just got home, and as I was coming upstairs, I could smell the chicken. So let's look at it together. Oh, it's not what I thought it was gonna look like, but it smells good. And remember, I couldn't mix it earlier. I think that's like just where I needed to mix it and I didn't. And the chicken is still very raw, but remember, it was frozen. So I think it's cooking pretty well. So I'm gonna cook this longer, obviously, until it's done. But I think it's looking good so far. Hopefully it tastes as good as it smells. All right, so everything's done. So I'm gonna make my plate, or a bowl. I like to eat a bowl. Just gonna get a little bit just in case I do not like it. Okay. All right, moment of truth. Maybe. All right, moment of truth. It's actually pretty good. It definitely wasn't too much ranch dressing. I don't taste it. It's moist, it's juicy. I think it turned out very well. The broccoli is a little mushy. Like I said, if I did it again, I wouldn't put the broccoli in so soon. It's good. As I'm sitting here working, I'm actually thinking about that food. It was not bad. Actually, I would eat it again. Totally do a recipe for it. And I was thinking, maybe since he didn't blow up my kitchen, I should let BB play more recipes for me. So I'm thinking maybe another entree, maybe a dessert. In about a month and a half, I'm doing a housewarming party. Maybe I can have him do appetizers and quick bites. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if this would be something you're interested in watching, and I will put BB to work. We can also do challenges with certain ingredients, or maybe 5 ingredients or less. I don't know. Let me know below. Give me ideas, and we're going to put BB to work. Welcome back. This is going to be another BB inspired recipe with very shady ingredient list. BB stands for Bestie Bot because he's part of the Bestie gang. So anyway, I said my ingredient list is the same, but a little picked at. I haven't gone grocery shopping. That's why I am craving shrimp scampi. So this is a quick and easy recipe that BB gave me to try. I'm going to add a little broccoli on the side to make it healthier because, let's be honest, the period cravings only require carbs and a lot of chocolate. Okay, so we're carbing up this weekend. I only carb up once a month, so I fill 2, maybe 3 meals of carbs on my period week. That's okay, right? It's a second carb meal. We had homemade pizza last night. So definitely want to get some healthiness in here because we are trying to lose weight, but we're also giving my body what it wants and craves, okay? Let's get started. First things first is we're going to put a little butter. I have everything set out, everything's thawed, hands are washed, like all the good stuff. Like, we don't have time to show all that in this cooking vlog because, let's be honest, this is not a cooking vlog video thing. And it said 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. This is 2 right here. By the way, whoever puts measurements on the butter packages, thank you. It makes life so much easier. Let's start with 2. If we want to add a little bit more, we can. Obviously, it's easier to add more than take stuff away. A little bit of oil so the butter doesn't burn. I do know my way around the kitchen a little bit. I have learned to cook a lot more with using recipes. So if you're not a good cook, follow recipes. It teaches you a lot. So we're going to put this on the stove real quick. It seriously took me too long to figure out that there's 2 settings on my burners because the stove's a little bit different. Now, while that's warming up, let's Seriously. This is a steamable bag, but since I'm cooking everything else on the stove, let's just go for it, right? And it says steamable bag, but let me tell you, I've done it multiple times. You have to add like a little bit of water to the bag, and then you have to make sure it doesn't fall over. It likes to fall over. Let's add some water to this, and then we'll put this on the stove as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put some water in this pan for my noodles. I do use ceramic pots, so it does take a little bit longer just to heat them up. But once they start getting going, it's honestly, I feel like they cook better than the Teflon does. And this recipe does require wine. You have to do a taste test always. I may have tasted this wine before. It is a dry white wine, so it doesn't need to be refrigerated. I do prefer my wines a little colder. I don't care if they're red, whites, purples. I don't care. But this is now a drinking and cooking show. While the pan's heating up, I do want to go ahead and just add my garlic. To be honest, we love garlic, so I am not going to measure this part, but the recipe card will have actual measurements if you want them. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and put a bunch in there, maybe even a little bit more. Cool. That looks like enough. That is looking good. The butter's basically melted. Let me see if I can show you. I think this is ready for our shrimp. That looks so good already. The broccoli is going to be doing its thing back here. And then here's my pasta water. And then always clean up as you go. I just dump everything in the sink because my fiance does all the cleaning. I do have it made. The thing is, I do the cooking, he does the cleaning. I'm going to pull out some garlic bread for us. And I'm literally just going to throw it in the air fryer. If you're OG, you've seen how I wrap these. And game changer. That little piece of paper makes all the difference. That way the butter doesn't freeze to itself. Perfect. The shrimp is looking so good. Smells delicious already. Shrimp is actually almost done. I think I did just a little too much oil. I think what I'm going to do is just drain it because I don't want greasy pasta. And I did do a little bit too much oil. Okay, let's do that. It's not completely cooked yet, so I'm just going to put it back in this. Shit. Oh my god, that was a horrible mistake. I should have never done that here. And I was second guessing it, but I did it because of the camera. Don't do that. That was horrible. It got a little bit on the stove, crisis averted. Now I'm going to take some of this extra juicy juice right here. Just put a tiniest bit back in the pan to deglaze it a little bit. And we're going to be putting wine and lemon juice in it as well. I'm letting this burner cool off so it can be properly cleaned because some of the garlic got onto it. Oops. I'm just going to sit this in the sink in case we need it, but I don't think we will. My lemon juice. And then we're going to just put like 1/4 cup. This measuring cup's too big. So we're just going to do like that much. And then we're just going to do that much. Alcohol does cook off, so I'm not worried about that. We're just trying to get the taste. Check on the bread. Ooh, it's done. Let's pull that out. Perfect. And then the shrimp is ready for this. And if you have a mistake like this, let it cool down. Use your scrubber. I like to use my mommy scrubby brush or whatever it's called. Scrub Daddy, but it's the mommy version. I had to think of what it was called. I like to use this. If this will not get it, then use the pink stuff on it. And if that doesn't work, you can use a razor blade on it, to be honest. And they make the stuff I've seen on Amazon. I have not tried it at all, but I'll post a picture right here. Honestly, I've considered getting it just because like glass top stoves get so dirty. So I don't know. Like I said, I can't vouch for it. This is not an ad or anything for any of these products. These are just products I honestly use and have thought about using. I almost burnt the house down, but we're good. Yeah, I did something I knew I shouldn't do it, but I did it and I was on camera. So you know how sometimes I'll transfer stuff from the pot to like the strainer, but I usually do it over the sink. But I did it like right here, and some of it fell out onto the hot burner, and it was garlic and a little bit of butter and oil. So I immediately shut this off and I wiped it with a paper towel. Yeah, we'll just call it seasoning to the food instead of almost burning the kitchen down. Now that the pasta's done, I'm just going to add it to my shrimp. I'm not going to drain it because it's a little bit, that's fine. But for the most part, it is draining through the spoon. I'm going to keep making a mess, apparently. Saying it's hot. You can eat once it cools down, apparently. This cooking recipe has turned into a Mindy's disaster cooking show. But the cats like it, don't you? What I was going to say is I want to keep the broccoli separate. Oh, I should have put a little bit of mushrooms in it. Yeah, of course. We are fancy. I feel like mushrooms and onions can go in every dish. Then I'm just going to mix this. Throw more on the floor, apparently. This is really not going well. I'm going to grab some red chili flakes. So, then some broccoli, some Parmesan. And I don't want mine too spicy. I just want a little bit of heat. So we're going to do just a very tiny amount. Perfect. All right, moment of truth. Let's try just the pasta and some shrimp. That's good.